is run by a bunch of investment bankers, and Morningstar's tools can help make
Welcome at Morningstar. My name is Beschrijving, Bailleul, and today I'm talking with Oliver Kettlewel, fund analyst at Morningstar in the Pan-European research team based here in the Benelux office. Oliver, hi.
Hello, Peter. Nice to be here.
In a previous video, we mentioned the global equity category. You've brought with you a handful of funds.
Mm-hmm.
Can you maybe go into more detail why you picked them? The category is highly competitive. A lot of similar movements we see there. What makes these funds stand out?
Yeah, I think as you alluded to, Peter, I mean, this is one of our most competitive categories at Morningstar. I think we have something like over 3,600 fund share classes in this category. So what I've tried to do is just bring a handful to you today of 5 funds which for me stand out, particularly for investors in the Netherlands market. If we turn to the graphic, I think we can best look at the top 3 funds there in the top of the graphic.
Delta Lloyd, ING, Robeco.
Yes, correct. These 3 funds. And these 3 funds actually display a rather similar portfolio style. That doesn't mean to say that they have a similar investment process or even similar returns, but these 3 funds each contain predominantly large cap stocks.
So the end result of their process is kind of similar.
Yeah.
That's also why in the Morningstar style box, where portfolios are ranked based on their large cap, mid cap, small cap, capitalization structure and value blend growth identifications, why they fall quite similar or why they fall quite close to each other.
Yeah, these 3 funds, they have a variety of stocks, some, as you say, coming from value and some coming from growth, more from growth. But the end result is that the combination of value and growth stocks leads to a what we call at Morningstar a blend portfolio, and that's why they sit in this particular category of global large cap blend, yes.
That's clear. So would you also say that their portfolios are hold the same companies?
Yeah, I mean, with these sorts of global large cap portfolios, you tend to get a lot of the same names, your Samsung, your Shell, Google. But then again, that adds up to my earlier point of the diversification benefit here. I mean, all those stocks examples that I've given you are different on a regional basis, and they're also different on a style basis. Shell, for example, is a value stock. Google is a growth stock.
So again, the diversification,
yeah,
which is key here in this category.
Exactly.
Okay, can you maybe go a bit deeper into the 3 picks that you have here? What does attract you?
Yeah, I think what's perhaps more interesting to say actually is the 2 funds below that, the ASN Aandelen Fonds and the Scargill Global Fund. Because these are actually a little bit different to the top 3 we were talking about. If we take the ASN Aandelen Fonds on the right-hand side of the graphic, this is a sustainable equity fund. So it's got a slight growth tilt to it because it's really going for sustainable companies in the portfolio, and these companies tend to display growth stock characteristics. Okay,
one of the most famous funds in this category is probably Fortis Obam. It has a superior rating by our Morningstar analyst. Any reason why it's not in your pick of 5 funds?
Yeah, Obam is a very famous fund, both here in the Netherlands and of course outside of the Netherlands in Europe. And it is a very good fund. Last year it returned 70%, which actually made it the #1 fund percentile-wise in this category last year. But if we looked at 2008, the year before, it had a return of -66%, and the volatility in returns is the reason why here at Morningstar we would not advise PNB Paribas Obam as a core fund in your investment portfolio. I mean, the returns are just more akin to perhaps a sector fund or an emerging market fund. So yeah, it makes it a very risky proposition to have as the heart of your portfolio, I think.
So would you say that diversification doesn't count for Obam?
It is diversified, but I think it's a bit more of an aggressive portfolio, you know. I think the portfolio manager, Rolf Stout, he takes a bit more of a sort of themed approach and a bit more of a conviction approach compared to some of the other portfolios that we've talked about.
Which resulted, for example, in 2008 in the slump that we saw in his performance.
Exactly, but then again, the rebound in 2009. So this fund is a good example of a volatile fund, then, yes.
Okay, so we all rated these funds with with the analyst team, which one is your favorite?
Yeah, I think the one we've not mentioned yet, Skagen Global. It's the only one that I've picked, which is not a Netherlands fund, but it's a very good fund, I found.
It has an elite rating within our rating. Currently, it's under review because of the leave of the manager. What are your thoughts about the fund?
Yeah, I think this is a very good fund to have, because I think that it's doing something a bit different to the other funds. You'll notice from the graphic that it's got a slight value tilt and a bit more of a lower market cap compared to the other funds. And I think this is due to the investment process of this fund. It's more of a sort of go anywhere investment approach. And what I mean by that is the fund managers sort of have a few more off benchmark stocks, or they have a larger exposure to emerging markets compared to the other funds that we've talked about. And this makes the fund stand out, and it's also shown in the returns. I mean, this fund has very good returns. It has a little bit above average volatility in returns, not as much as OBAM, but investors have really been rewarded for that extra risk by having excess returns.
Hence why the previous elite rating, and hopefully it can stand. Okay, thank you very much, Oliver.
Thanks, Peter.
For the talk. My name is Peter Bailleul with Morningstar. If you want more information, more articles, or more fund analysis, you can watch at the Morningstar website. Thank you very much.